Okay, back again another live stream broadcast podcast or whatever it is. So basically, I'm in the intentional weekly intentional free time, but it turns out it got earlier, even though I'm not sure how long does it will take because for some reason I already waste the unintentional extended weekly scheduled free time for doing a meeting on my main job of task and also eating perhaps because I just wanted to fulfill my desire first perhaps for eating. I'm not sure because for some reason yesterday there is actually an unintentional free time which I only able to use for good behavior recording, but it's already pretty long. I think it's more than 20 minutes. So at the time that I want to do this live stream, I already got interrupted before I even click live stream. So that's the reason why I decided to do it right now in the first time because most likely when I finally got the real intentional weekly scheduled free time, I will try to do the good behavior recording first for around 20 minutes, I guess, again, and try to do the native language podcast, which I already need to prepare because today is the last video that I basically try to publish, and I basically need to prepare a video for next Thursday and Saturday and also Monday. So I basically need 3 episodes that I haven't recorded at all in order to maintain the consistency of 2 days a single video publish. Even though I'm not sure how long that I've basically able to maintain this consistency because for some reason it just doesn't really matters if I basically finally fail to not following the 2 days consistency that I try to keep for more than half a year perhaps. I'm not sure. So basically there are actually so many things that I basically want to talk about just like as usual in the beginning of the week, which I usually try to talk in the native language podcast first because yesterday I basically need to prioritize the native language podcast first in order to maintain those consistency. So that's the reason why at some point I basically try to talk about the things that I just experience in the weekend, even though most likely it's not really matters as well. So I basically still need to prepare several videos related to the Animoji gaming that I basically wanted to do, but I basically didn't have enough intentional free time perhaps that can do it because the remaining videos that I haven't been created is more almost half an hour each, so probably I basically need more than 2 hours 3 hours of intentional free time because if I basically try to do that over and over again, I definitely exhausted and will most likely cannot do other things, or maybe the iPhone battery itself is obviously not sufficient to record those long duration. So I basically need to plug it in the iPhone in order to keep the low power mode to be turned on and not automatically switch off once I basically charge the iPhone back above 80%. So I don't know. So last week in the weekend I basically don't do anything related with my friends, maybe because I'm just too lazy, or some of the friends are also not currently available, even though the amount of time that they will spend is also pretty much limited. Maybe because I already tried to do it in the previous week, but yeah, I basically feel that it's not really enough since last year I basically able to do a trip which is pretty long. So yeah, I'm not sure whether I already got interrupted or not, but yeah. And there will be a lot of silence if I basically just wait for the interruption and not try to continue what I want to express. But I think yeah, it's not. It's a false interruption, perhaps. So yeah, back again on the things that I last explained. Man, I don't know. Maybe I'm not currently in the mood to create this content, so I cannot really think about something. Maybe because I'm just in the beginning of deciding something that I basically want to work on my main job of tasks, even though, yeah, for some reason I basically wanted to find a new opportunity as well by confirming to other old friends that I'm not sure how they current condition really is because for some reason last year there are so many, it's just so much different than last year because last year I think I can finally meet up with the old friends from the first full-time company, my full-time company, which I basically haven't met for several years, obviously because the pandemic that most people already considered over right now, even though there is some new pandemic in China, but I don't know whether it is gonna be a world pandemic like it was used to be or not, because for some reason many people are no longer believe it, even though at some point when there's a pandemic there is actually no wars because yeah, most people or who basically involved on involved on the war is already affected by the pandemic itself, so that's the reason why they basically need to be lay low until the pandemic is considered over and people already consider the world already back to normal, which yeah, it turns out it was considered like that because for some reason when the pandemic is still happening many people said that the there will be no exactly normal things, even though yeah, it turns out right now it's probably already pretty much the same, although there are several lessons that that definitely learned from the time of the pandemic, so there are several things that may change a little bit about how we try to solve something in our life, perhaps. I'm not sure because yeah, just like when it relates to how I can work on my main job of tasks, even though yeah, for some reason there are several people that doesn't really believe how we can work at anywhere. So some people just wanted or force the others, especially the one that basically have a lower position than they are, to work in the same place just to fulfill their desire, perhaps. Not sure. So, yeah, I'm not sure how long can I cope with this situation, but yeah, I'm just trying to, I don't know, a little bit try to escape my comfort zone, but I don't want to immediately change because yeah, for some reason if I basically immediately change my behavior or how I basically do my life life right now, I will most likely miss or cannot do the things that I currently do when I basically haven't changed. Just like this, the personal productivity content that most likely will not be able to be done if I do the same thing before the pandemic comes. Because, yeah, when the world is still not really believe how we can work at anywhere else, then yeah, I only able to do personal productivity things in the weekend or even late night if I really have free times. But yeah, it's only writing on the blog, which most of them are only and on the draft. Because yeah, I only able to think about something that I want to express, but I cannot explain it on the detail. Maybe because I just wanted to do something else, or maybe because yeah, it's definitely need more time to think about that in detail. So yeah, it's already more than 11 minutes. I don't know how many things that I already explained in this episode, but yeah, I don't know whether I will try to make this as long as possible until I finally got interrupted or not. Because for some reason I actually wanted to prepare the native language podcast as well, at least two or one or two episodes, so that I basically don't need to think about or prioritize it once I try to do the good behavior recording first. So yeah, I don't know. I think I already tried to explain everything. So yeah, thank you. That's all.